If you're familiar with the Splat roller that we looked at a few episodes ago, maybe give the Octobrush a chance. It's also a melee weapon, and in Splatoon 1 and 2, it used to be classified as a roller. In Splatoon 3, now it's its own separate thing. Anyways, if you press the attack button, 5 blotches of ink will spawn. While jumping, the range of this melee attack doesn't increase, but rather the fan shape of the attack area does. The melee swinging into an opponent is at max 40 damage, while rolling does 25 damage. Rolling into an opponent for brushes also causes knockback to the user, which is the same for a few rollers. It's unfortunately returned to Splatoon 1's gimmick, where it's bad at turning left. Because brushes are held in the right hand, you can sustain damage while you are rolling, even though this was fixed in Splatoon 2. Picking off an opponent by rolling into them is rare, but brush rolling will at least destroy a sprinkler. So that's good at least? As the attack area of swinging is larger than the Inkbrush, the general strategy is to sneak around opponents, then swing ink to them while they can't see you. Swim Speed Up and Ninja Squid together is the general playstyle to accomplish this specific type of goal. Next we have a new sub-weapon, the Suction Bomb. This does the same amount of damage as the Splat Bomb, 180 direct damage, while 30 on splash damage, but at A, sticks to any surface, like walls and corners, so going into recon mode is best when choosing a Suction Bomb weapon, and B, it stays for 2 seconds, causing a large explosion. More expensive than a Splat Bomb though, the fact that it stays for 2 seconds means that you can swim after opponents on routes where they'll be avoiding the bomb, or they'll even get a bit of splash damage, and 2 swings can finish them off. Best not to rely on this specific tactic. Our special is also a new one, the Zipcaster. When activated, a marker spawns on the player's current position, or the last ground position when activating it in the air, after which the R button is used to stretch your arm and land on walls or the ground for about 10 seconds. It does 60 damage on contact, while 35 to 45 on splash damage. You can also swim while in effect, but it's not recommended because the special duration is wasted. While stretching, a small amount of ink armor is given. Hide the marker, most commonly in a corner most camera angles can't mark. Again, recon mode is best when choosing these locations. After its base duration of 10 seconds, the user is sprung back to the original marker. The main weapon can still be used, but this mills through the ink tank of the special. You have 50% more ink during a Zipcaster, while sub-weapons are replaced by the Zipcaster's hook. The Zipcaster here is used to enhance the stealthiness of the Octobrush by sticking to walls and on the opposite sides. I understand the Zipcaster isn't your cup of tea, I can't use it for fish balls myself, but the base Octobrush is a fine weapon and the Zipcaster helps the stealthiness, but it's a bit of a harder weapon to try and master. Special Power-Up decreases the ink tank's drain speed both passively and while using the hook, effectively making the special duration up from Splatoon 1. Next we have the Octobrush Nouveau, equipped with a squid beacon. Just like the Crack-On roller, spreading squid beacons can make coming back from getting splatted not a horrible thing. With the beacons, it can get back to fighting opponents, and build up its special. The special you'll be building up to is the Ink Storm. This is a capsule you hold above your head and the special meter doesn't decrease, or at least once you throw it. After which, a storm cloud spawns and moves in the direction it was aimed at before being thrown, dropping ink drops at the ground and damaging any enemies beneath it. Even while not submerged in ink, it becomes ink recovery up for your team. But if you deal with an opponent's ink storm, health recovery stops. It deals 24 damage per second, meaning about 4 seconds max before getting splatted, and overlapping ink storms can stack in damage. This is best at blocking opponents from going certain directions, and can cover a splat zone at least to stop the enemy's timer. This is support all the way through, from the beacons getting everyone back to spots they want to be in, to the ink storm setting up people to either come into the range or just annoy them at not getting control of an area. Splat zone centric as the second kit is, it's overall not a bad weapon. We got a third weapon, and it's an interesting one. We have the Comet's Octobrush. Its sub is the Auto Bomb. Similar to Torpedo, it's a homing bomb on an enemy it finds, When launching one, a circle appears that acts as its AoE. If no one's there, it explodes smaller than a splat bomb, but if an enemy is detected, it waddles to the opponent and explodes after 4 seconds and explodes. 180 on contact and 30 on splash, which is more common. The autobomb can also detect enemies on the opposite side of it on walls, making it dig its face in, but it's not affected by turf colors. A weapon best at hiding with a bomb that's all about finding opponents works well together, but can also be used as a good pressuring tool to overwhelm the opponent. Getting away while rolling also works well with this brush, especially when our special is the Kraken Royale. Its trail is just like the Octobrushes, but gliding around the turf and shots only turning into knockback can be annoying to players. Also remember that charging with the Kraken can save you when you least expect it. Overall, these 3 brushes are very fun weapons if you want to try a melee weapon in Splatoon 3. Highly recommended. Also note that the Order Brush replica is the same as the base Octobrush. A little weird considering that Inkbrush used to be the first one unlocked in both Splatoon 1 and 2, but I guess the Hero Brush replica in 2 did model itself after the base Octobrush, so I guess maybe this is just Nintendo's way of saying the Octobrush is now the standard brush, rather than the Inkbrush. Oh well. In our next episode, we'll look at the heavy splat lane. Until then, see ya.